Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Sorry, we're still setting everything up. And here we are, Wednesday evening, my usual stream night. Normally we're taking my Necro crew out, but this week we're doing something a little bit different. We're still trying to gear up my warrior over on Drinal for that new guild that's over there. And we're going to be heading over to Vexar. Do some farming over there. A few pieces I want. We'll just run on over there. Heading through Veronavine. Going over to Lake of Illoman. Uh, this is Veronavine. Check out all the spiders over there. A lot of people die very easily doing this run if they're not careful. But it is a rather easy run over here. Yeah, it sounds like somebody joined you.
I did. But
Just remember we are live.
I didn't know. I didn't want to interrupt you guys. I just joined the business. Planning on trying to play the Friday night.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, this channel's usually, if people are in it, that means we're live streaming. So just kind of act accordingly. But people are welcome to join and chat. Wednesday is normally when I stream. And I kind of like to keep things informal and just talk about different things, answer questions. So feel free to ask away if you have any questions.
Do you know if Fez is going to be on tonight?
He usually stops by the stream um, sometime. He should be on sometime this evening, if he's not now.
Well, I was just asking because I'd like to get a guild invite and get all that started. I've got a legacy account that I created this character on, and so I've got like chat privileges ready, even though I'm still a silver. join the chaos channel.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm on a different server right now, so I can't switch over.
Oh,
But
that's fun.
um, if you can't get a hold of anybody in Guild by the end of the stream, I can get you that invite.
Okay. Well, thanks. I wasn't expecting you to do anything out of the ordinary, but I'm standing in front of one of Fez's office. Okay, so hopefully he'll he'll notice my tail soon.
Yeah, he's probably taking an AFK or something.
Yeah, I'll let you get back to it then. I appreciate you answering.
Not a problem at all.
I enjoy watching you guys play. I've watched several of your streams.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot.
You have a good one now. Okay. Another one of our viewers from our weekly streams that we have Friday night and Saturday night over on Fuzzlewig's forums. Usually starting around 6 or 7. Okay, let me. Sorry about this. Trying to set up my board here. That way I can get me some invis and not have to worry about these goblins up front. Yeah, board made it also. Cool. And one of the drawbacks of boxing in zones like these, you can take wide turns. And there we are. And now let's get our mercs out. We're going to be running a cleric merc and a rogue merc. So that means I'll be main tanking. Excuse me. Oh, it looks like we got a name down there. And wouldn't you know it, I bet you I forgot to get arrows. Yep, I forgot to get arrows. Okay. That's twice I've done that, gone out without arrows. There's that one. These are light blue for now, so we should be able to clear these, not a problem. There we go. Forgot to set up my bird again. Forgot to get her song started. Kind of getting forgetful in my old age, it sounds like. Oh, let's that ad real quick. Okie doke. And let's see what this name has for us here. And welcome all that's joined. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Kind of an open floor. We'll chat just about anything. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We are doing something a little new this evening. Instead of being over on the front of I where we're normally at, we're over here on Drinal. Oh, it looks like we got a soul shard. Yeah, while we're down here, we might as well see if the other name is up before we head back towards the back. Nope, the other name's not up. Bummer. Would have been a nice surprise. That shaman didn't want to come. Yeah, Vixar was added back around Loy or Eldon, somewhere around through there. Located at the bottom of Lakeville, Omen. And it's got some very nice twink gear that drops in here. Oops, I lost my barge somewhere. There she is. Boy, pathing's being a real pain in the booty today. Doesn't help when I'm trying to run two characters together here. Well, you know, as soon as I get my barge situated, he wakes back up. Yeah, I joined this guild over here on Drinal. They are kind of a progression guild. Right now, locked at level 52. Hoping to be doing some raids here soon. And hopefully I'll be able to stream those raids for you guys. However, just because I joined this guild over here doesn't mean I'm leaving Verona Vi or not going to be doing streams on Fez's channel. I'll still be doing the Friday and Saturday night streams. This Friday, we are starting a lobby group, level 20. And then our Saturday streams, I'll be playing my rogue Izzy. And I believe this weekend we're going to be doing some heroic adventures. That's what the guys wanted to do, so I'll go through and I'll pick a new heroic adventure to go through and we'll try some. Friday night stream, I'm not for sure what we're doing. They're still voting. But they're wanting to do some old school content. And that all happens over on Fezzelwig's forums on YouTube. So Be more than happy to join us there. Hey, Joby One, how's it going? How you doing this evening? Yeah, we both have one, so it looks like that's going to rot. Got your enchanter to level 20, ready for Friday's Keystone Cops adventure. Well, starting out, it probably will be like the Keystone Cops. So at level 20, about everybody can tank everything. Yeah, I got a wizard leveled up to 20 and a shaman leveled up to 20. So just in case, whatever we needed. If we need DPS, we need extra healing. I had a person stop by earlier. Looks like he's going to be running a necro. He just joined the channel. And he stopped by voice chat and was looking for an invite. Yeah, we can. Mercs are OP at that level. Oops, add. We can pull up a Merc, but I believe we're going to have a full group. And it might be to the point where I might have to set out if there's enough new people. Which is fine with me. I'll just throw you guys from the cheap sheets. Yeah, I think a few people are looking forward to our starting up that Friday night group. Hey, we're up to 6 viewers. Hello, everyone. How you doing this evening? Feel free to say hi, chat it up in the chat. We're kind of an open floor forum on Wednesdays. Where to head to would be the big question. Do we play it safe or go for yellow mobs in a dungeon? Um, Personally, I would go for yellows and reds. Um, Even without using mercs, I believe our tanks will be able to handle it. We do have a warrior and an SK. So yeah, I believe we at that level. Yeah, yellows and reds. I would say to start off with, and then we'll see how that goes. I suggested high keep or soul A. Do the goblins down the high keep basement, or we can hit up soul A. Do some name farming in there. Although everybody's probably going to be wearing Defiant, so we won't be seeing much upgrades unless Defiant drops. Sorry for the pause here. Running my bard through here now. She normally gets stuck somewhere in there, so I run them separate. The only thing dropping would be our levels as we wipe. Well, hopefully there won't be no wipes. I guess I'll just have to keep a finger on the evac button. If we do, we'll blame it on Fez since he's the cleric. Yep. Placeholders up there. Clerics get blamed for all wipes, quite unfairly though. I wouldn't say clerics get blamed for all wipes. But yeah, they do get blamed for a lot of them. And that's just because they're the easiest ones to blame. Because if the cleric was healing, they wouldn't be dead. So here we are in the bathhouse now. Aim in here, drop some nice legs. In fact, I got a pair of them on. There's the legs that the name drops from this room. And I am running this to non-defiant armor. That's why I'm out farming up gear instead of hitting the bazaar just to buy up the defiant. So you got your enchanter all geared up. Well, if you need jewelry, let me know. I'll make you some compartmented trio stuff. That's what I put on my guys. Yeah, another placeholder. Yeah, I'll make that compartmented trio jewelry if you like. That adds a lot of mana and hit points. Although I'm out of underfoot diamonds. So we'll either have to get a hold of Fez to see if he's got any extra, or I've got some backup gems I can substitute in there. And we're going to be heading back towards the backside of Vexar. There's a nice little breastplate that drops back there, and a one-handed blunt that I'm looking for. And hopefully get some boots. So you get all your Christmas shopping done, Joby One? It's a coming up real quick. Hey, rival, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Joby One, almost all shopping done. Nothing like shopping on Christmas Eve for last minute things. Yeah, that's true. I remember, Lord, what store was it? I can't remember. But they used to have big old shopping sprees like Christmas Eve or the day before that, where they just go and they put random stuff up on sale, kind of like Kmart Blue Light Special stuff. Yeah, my mom used to drag me there when I was real young, and we spent the whole freaking day in that store picking up last minute stuff. Each hour they'd put something different up for sale, and we'd have to hurry up and run over there to see if we wanted it, and if so, get the one that we want. People do stuff like that today, there'd probably be shootings and stuff. Riots everywhere. Pretty much that's what it was. And the thing was, not everything we got was for Christmas. Some of it was just knickknacks that my mom wanted. She was into them little porcelain figurines like precious moments and stuff like that. So, Rival, how's your day been? Long, huh? Bad day at work? Not bad, but not good either. Well, just think. Today's over with, and the week's half over. One day closer to the weekend. Ready for tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow is better than today. Get rid of that provoke. We don't need it no more since I got bellow. And placeholder. We're in the shop. And the name that spawns in place of this Revenant drops a nice haste belt. Skull Scream belt. 31% haste. If you aren't running Defiant, that's not a bad belt to wear for the haste. And fairly easy to get. Of course, there's always the one that drops in Siren's Grotto. Off that named Seahorse. I believe that may be a little bit better stats, but about the same haste. I can't stand underwater zones. I'm with you. I hate fighting in the water. Kedge Keep, I always hated that zone. then you got Plane of Water, which is completely underwater also. I remember trying to pull during that raid fight in there, trying to pull some of the trash. If your swimming's not up, you're getting 8. I do want to say that I am sorry about last week. I did miss streaming last week. Um, Basically, I wasn't feeling well. Kind of drained myself and wore myself out. And my Parkinson's kind of reminded me that, hey, I can't do that no more. So that's why I missed last week. Okay, Clark, time to rebuff. Glad to have you streaming again. I wasn't going to stay gone too long. It just took me a couple days to recover. Okay, up these stairs. Make sure my bard's with me. And drop off. Boom. Oh, looks like somebody's been fighting back here. There's usually mobs right here. So we'll come back here to the back side. Joby1 said someone suggested that to get more new players into EQ, they should allow more than one merc per person. Makes bossing less necessary too. True, but I also see that as a detriment. Because you'll have more soloers out there. Now, granted, your live servers are top heavy, they're end game heavy. So, yeah, a new person coming in, I can see that helping them to get caught up. But then that's also why they've got the heroic characters, too. You can get one for level 100, and then you only got 25 levels to grind out. But yeah, for a single person coming in new, I can see where that will help a bit. But I can also see a lot of people abusing that. That's some Bod Silk Defiant dropped. And here's a placeholder. This guy drops the one-handed blunt that the secondary item I'm looking for in this camp. Although I'll be farming up a one-handed blunt out of Natimbi after I get my gear situation, my armor situation worked out a little bit more. Still got some empty slots that I need to fill. I was back here around level 58. And here I am, 52. And another placeholder here. The name that spawns here drops a nice hand-to-hand weapon for monks and beast lords. And also drops pretty good earring. Unfortunately, don't have neither on me at this moment to show you. And if you want to see, this is the entrance here. And we are located back here in the back. And we are working our way towards Trooper Morik, who spawns him or the placeholder spawns up here. And that's the guy that drops the breastplate that I'm wanting. We just gotta work our way over to him. Well, the weapons that I have aren't bad. Now W1 says should getting a better weapon come first, since you will kill faster than armor will come easier after that. Um, it does depend on the weapons that you're using. Um, I picked this one up, not bad ratio 0.6, and then I lucked out and got me a BOC ratio 0.75. So weapons wise, I'm not sitting too bad. I'm just wanting a blunt so I can have a blunt weapon. If we do go further into expansions, there are mobs that require you to use certain types of weapons. One I can think of is in Omens of War, one of the MPG trials. Um, each mob in there can only be damaged by a certain type of weapon, either slashing, blunt, hand to hand, or spells, where no melee will hurt that one. So right now I just want all my skills to be up. So that's why I'm looking for a blunt. And of course, who doesn't like blunts? Do need to get me some augments for those weapons, though. I haven't done that yet. Joey Wan, do you remember when EQ first started? You needed to cast Identify spell on weapons to see if they were cursed before equipping them. I do remember casting Identify on certain items to see if they were magical. But I don't remember cursed items. But then again, I have slept since then, so I could be wrong. Now, I do know they put in intelligent weapons later on, wear them and use them, and it actually talks to you. I seem to recall cursed items that you couldn't unequip until you die and don't loot it. or get remove curse cast on you. I think they remove that feature rather soon. They could be. That could have been in vanilla. I really didn't start EQ until Cunart came out. In fact, I never heard of Everquest until after Cunart came out. And a buddy of mine that I used to play D&D with, we actually worked together, and he found it, started playing it, and was talking to another friend of ours, got him to play it. So then they double teamed up on me and introduced me and got me to play it. Joby 1. I started EQ about a month after it launched. Well, you've been playing the game longer than I have been. So, what was your very first tune on EverQuest? Let's see, Joby 1. I took a 20 plus year break, so in hours played, you probably have me beat. I I wouldn't deny that. Especially since the last almost 10 years. Since I've had to take disability retirement, I've been having a lot of time to play EQ. Let's see. I played a mage first, level to 50, then a druid to 50, then an enchanter 50. I like the enchanter more, but very group dependent. I did have an enchanter back in the old days, and truthfully, I sold the heck out of that enchanter. Yeah, I did like grouping better on him, but I remember sitting at the spires in South Corona, charming stuff, and wiping out them spires outside of Split Paw. And then over in Skyfire, but that was before they nerfed the heck out of Charm. Back then, you can recharm before the charm spell faded. So you can, in essence, have Mob charmed for hours. And you didn't have that little break like you do now. Well, that was the placeholder for the trooper. So we'll come running back this way. Yeah, sitting there charmed soloing in troll form so I can get the regen off of that illusion. That's another thing that they nerfed the heck out of was the illusions. I think you still get some of the benefit from the elementals like levitate and enduring breath. But they used to give you regen for troll illusion. The spirit wolf actually gave you a run speed buff. Do you still get faction for being in illusion form? Yes. You don't actually get the faction, but the way they perceive you does change. So it will improve your faction in some areas for as long as you have that illusion on. So say if you were a high elf wanting to run through Cabalus, just don't get too close to the Shaman SK guild house, because there is a mob there that will call your BS and attack you. But I do remember running through there with an enchanter. I remember having to go to evil cities and illusion, get chanter spells. POK took that adventure away with all the spell vendors. Yeah, that and Shared Bank took it away too. Because even on TOPs, you don't have POK right away. But if there's a spell in another city, just put your plat in the Shared Bank, make a new tune from that city, grab your spell, put it in the Shared Bank, and get back on your name. Hey, Fez, how you doing? Or use parcels too if they have parcels on TOPs. Yes, they do have parcels on TOPs. Fez, there was a guy that stopped by earlier. Gen Xer. He was looking for a guild invite and was wanting to join us on our Friday night streams with his necro. Okay, I was just passing the message on. Glad you found him. You got to put a ring on it. Yeah, I know it. I was telling Joby one if he was needing some jewelry that if he was needing some jewelry, I can make him some compartmented trios. Although I was out of underfoot diamonds, so I had to use some other gems. You got a warrior for that group also. So beast lord, cleric, or warrior. I think Esox has the warrior. Trephinite works well too. Yeah, I used starts with an N. I used a bunch of those to skill up my jewel crafting. I can't remember the name of the gem now. It's like amber and crimson something. Yeah, that was it. Delight or something like that. Yeah, had a bunch of those already made up, so I just used those. Well, bummer, I'm out of drink. I think I'll take me a quick AFK after this fight, get me a drink. And take 5, everyone. I'll be back as soon as I can. Okay, back. Unfortunately, I don't have the commercials that Fez has on his channel. Trust me, I've got a face for radio. Hopefully, here soon, I'm going to be putting music on my streams. I've got it set up to use like Spotify. I'm just trying to figure out a way to incorporate the title and artist to come across the screen. I don't know how some of the streamers get away with doing copyright songs. I've seen a few of them that just have YouTube running in the background, and then they show the YouTube screen on their stream. And it's basically just, music videos. Well, these were actually over on YouTube, Fez. But yeah, Twitch is a little bit more lenient with your actual streams. As long as you don't have it on your video of the day or your replay. Yeah, that's what surprised me too, is they were actually having YouTube videos streaming on their stream on YouTube. But yeah, I could just go ahead and put a little window there and put Spotify in that window, but then it'd be so small that nobody'd be able to read it. Yeah, I found a channel over on Spotify that's got nothing but copyright free music. So I thought about incorporating that. I just got to make sure it doesn't get on the VOD. Joby one was wondering earlier where we were thinking about going Friday with the Lobies. I told him I suggested High Pass Keep and Soul A. Haven't really seen anybody else post. Yeah, I know you love your Eldons. I am planning heroic adventures for our Saturday stream this Saturday. We're going to go back to Dead Hills. And instead of Grimbles this time, there's a couple other heroic adventure people. Try some new ones this time. Oh, let's see here. Flawed silk. Well, nobody wears silk, so did they change the trophy quests? What trophy quests? Which ones? Talking about the trophies for the house. Oh, for the trade skills. No, fletching is very easy. Yeah, the fletching one's very easy because they really don't make that much stuff. But as far as I know, they haven't changed the trade skill trophies or their quests. Yeah, I hate the tailoring one also. And that rawhide neck item is always a pain in the butt to get. That's why whenever I get one, I save it. Make sure I have it for somebody. Now, see, I've never had a problem with fish eggs. I mean, yeah, you got to go out and do a little bit of fishing, waste about an hour or two fishing, getting your alcohol tolerance up. Or if you can zone into a plane of water, you just sit there and forage. And you can forage up them fish eggs. The baking one was a pain in the butt too. Having to go get asp eggs. It's like, I got a whole bunch of other eggs. Why can't those work? No, I've got to have a certain type of egg. Now I'll go farm me up some plastic eggs. I love those. Oh, the eggs off the lizards. And when we was running around doing that hand dog, I always attack those lizards just for their eggs. Almost time to get me some more fireworks.
Oh, hey, I didn't notice you were in the voice chat.
Oh, hey Fez, how you doing? Welcome.
I'm all right. Let me turn the volume down so you don't have an echo. I'll put the headset.
Yeah, I figured I'd just sitting here, and if somebody wanted to come on in and chat, more than welcome. Gen Xer came in earlier, and we sat and talked.
Oh, cool.
Fez is low volume. Okay. Thank you, Joby One. Let me.
It could be that I need to just. I should be okay. My mic should be. I just need to adjust my screen. I don't have anything. I might be producing a little bit of noise from the background as well, because I'm not going to use broadcast anymore. It was causing me a lot of problems.
There we go. I know I had an update on OBS today,
Oh, okay.
and they were actually just hearing the off my headphones instead of you actual. I just had to switch my Discord a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, like I did. What, last week or whatever it was, where yeah, everybody was just hearing everybody else through my speaker.
Yep. Yep. Same thing, basically.
Yeah.
Rival says, "Hi, Fez."
Hey, how you doing, rival? Hope you're doing good. I had to remember to mute the voice on your stream now, because I don't want to hear like twice. You end up hearing both the stream and then the voice from the Discord, and I'm like, yeah, I got to fix that.
It kind of throws you off, don't it?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've got my little team of level 20s here. I was going to spam some Elvish on them to make sure at least all of them knew Elvish by Friday, which was actually thanks to Gen Xer, because I was having trouble understanding him because he made an Ixar Necro. And I'm like, well, hey, I could teach you Elvish real quick if you want. And so I spammed him with Elvish for a bit. And then I, told him he could get it up the rest of the way if he wants to spam himself when he's grouped with a merc or whatever. But I think we got him up to 100, because then I grabbed my warrior and I started spamming them as well.
Yeah, that's something I need to do to my new tunes. Teach them Elvish.
Yeah. Yes, I'm just going to make up a spam key now and spam the rest of them. I mean, really, I just need to teach the gnome now, because I made a dark elf warrior, which I'm sure it's going to be controversial. It's like, why didn't you make an SK, a dark elf? It's like, no, but I made a warrior. And then a wood elf, beast lord, and a gnome cleric. So I could pick any one of them three for Friday.
I went with a Uridite Wizzy and a kitty cat shaman.
Nice.
Although I still hate the way the kitty cats sound when they get hit.
How do they sound again? Is it just like they kind of roar or they growl?
It's a growling roar. It's really annoying to me.
Right. No, I get it. Like I really liked uh using those banshees at first, the banshee mercs, but every time, like especially the melee ones are the worst. Like the tanks, they're always anytime they get hit or attack or whatever, it's always ah. And I'm just like sick of it now. I'm like gonna do what you do and just make gnome mercs for everything because they don't make a lot of noise. They're quiet. They don't have to feed them a whole lot, you know?
And who doesn't like smacking a gnome around?
Right. I mean, I usually don't typically because I like gnomes, but yeah, it's 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 just better. I understand why some folks don't bother with all those other fancy mercs because they some of them are just noisy.
The clockworks aren't bad, but that little ticking sound that they make constantly kind of gets on my nerves too.
I I'm not bothered by the clicking actually. That's one of those things that I find peaceful. Uh
Well, of course, you're a gnome.
right, right. Um but yeah, the other one like the ones that go and stuff like that. Oh my god. I'm like, "Shut up.
Yep.
I don't want to hear it."
It's bad enough you hear the bone crunching sounds when they get hit. You don't need all
Yeah.
that yelling and screaming.
Yeah, yeah. It's uncomfortable. Uh, yeah, I'm glad you started streaming when you did because honestly, I was thinking about doing it because again, I didn't remember what day it was. Uh, but I sometimes just feel like doing a stream, but I'm never gonna just try to stream when someone else is streaming. And then I saw like the group and I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, you know what? I didn't really have a whole lot of time to be streaming today anyway. So this is good. This works for me.
I checked group one to see if anybody wanted to go out farming for candies, but nobody answered. So I was
Yeah.
going to stream that tonight. So instead, I'm over here on Drinal trying to farm up some armor for the warrior. Rival says, can't we adjust ambient volume to handle some of that noise? Yes and no. You can adjust the ambient volume, but it's an overall adjustment. So you'll actually
Where's
lose some of the other game sounds when you do that.
where's ambient volume? They should let us mute certain characters. That would be great.
General, your sound realism and your options.
Okay. Yeah, I see. I never understood what the hell sound realism was or what it did, honestly. I just know that when you turn it up too high and you get hit, you hear like an echo and it's awful.
Yeah, all that is your background noise.
Okay. Because I know there's music I just have to keep turned off, mostly because I multi-box so much, and sometimes I'll have an account that's logged off, like in character select, and if you leave music on and then one of your accounts is on character select, you hear the constant spam of the EQ theme,
Yep.
and I'm just like, shut up! So I have to leave it off on every account, which sucks because one of the greatest things about Everquest was the music, like you're going to a new zone, you hear the theme to that new zone and stuff. And sometimes I just want to turn on the sound just to hear that pleasant little tune that you hear at the bazaar, not the bazaar, but any merchant, like the merchant theme, the dun dun dun, and it's like the little tinkly song. I can't do it, but I think you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Borum, thank you for the follow.
Oh, hey, congrats on the 47 followers.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked that I slowly started catching up a little bit. I think I was like at 50, no, 45. I'm at 45, yeah. Uh, so yeah, because when we get to 50, we get to be like an affiliate or something, they said?
Uh, is it affiliate or partner or something?
Yeah, yeah.
And suppose you get extra perks. I think it's like extra emojis and stuff like that.
They need to give us some money. I wouldn't say no to that.
Money wouldn't be bad, but that's not why I do it.
Yeah. Well, it isn't. I'm sure it's not why anybody really does it. I mean, because you could do other things and earn more like quicker. But at the same time, if you can earn something doing something you enjoy, that's always nice.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, hey, Nuke joined the chat.
Hey, White, how's it going? Just a reminder, we are live.
Hi, viewers.
Rival, is that when we give bits? I believe that is when I can start having you guys earn bits. I've got all that set up. So I'm hoping that's when that starts. So you guys can start earning those bits and
Bits. What's bits?
on Twitch, the longer the person views you, they earn so many points, and then they can spend those points on certain activities like putting their name up on the stream or.
Oh, okay. Neat. So what? Like it's almost like we're paying them to watch us.
Kind of, yeah. We're giving them rewards for watching us.
Okay, cool.
And if you set up music, they spend those bits and they can pick a song, stuff like that. Just little
Oh,
perks
okay.
for the viewers.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Borham says, Fez referred me to you. Ah, so you got a referral from Fez, huh?
Yay.
Thank you for joining. And hey, we're up to 10 viewers now.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow.
How's everybody doing this evening? Feel free to say hi in the chat. It's a free for all forum. Um, ask questions if you like.
I'm just sitting here spamming Elvish to my 3 level 20s that I made for Friday. I figured, hey, I have a choice now, depending on what we need.
You want me to solve that language problem for you?
Oh, it's pretty much almost done.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure all 3 know Elvish, because one is a gnome cleric. Then I've got a dark elf warrior. And amazingly, Dark Elves don't know Elvish. They know Dark Elvish, but not Elvish.
Yeah, they had to separate those two because of the PvP servers.
Oh? Why does that matter? I don't get it.
Dark elves are bad.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I know they're bad, but they're
other
not.
elves are good. So
Yeah,
you
they
don't
don't
want them
want-
talking to each other.
Yeah, you can't communicate across groups.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's a conspiracy. I think Dark Elves are just misunderstood.
No. No.
just just like gnomes, you know?
Gnomes, I would argue gnomes are misunderstood. Dark elves and Everquest are like equivalent of Drow in terms of like their
Yeah,
blood
but they're not guaranteed necessarily evil because you can be an agnostic dark elf. It that option is there, and I made my dark elf warrior agnostic. So they basically can easily earn their way into good cities. Not to mention, I made a dark elf shadow knight that is welcome and loved among the wood elf population. I don't know if anybody's ever watched any of those old videos, but I had a whole series that I called Crypta's Quest because I made a dark elf shadow knight named Crypta, and I made her loved among the wood elves and even I think the high elves too. Like she was able to walk into the paladins. I'm pretty sure she was able to walk into the paladins guild there in Felwith just by killing a ton of orcs, like so many orcs.
about to say, how long did you sit in Crushbone for that?
I didn't sit. I mowed over everything just repeatedly. But there were other things too that you could kill to earn some faction. And then as soon as I started being able to turn things in, oh, I'm welcomed in Butcher Block too. Like I can go to Caladim. So the dwarves, they also love Crypta over there, where she turned in so many Crushbone belts. Oh my god.
Hey, Borheim, yeah, we can learn other languages, but on Frionavai, Elvish is just considered the common trade language. Because learning languages in EverQuest is, it's boring.
You just sit there for about an hour and hit a button and it's done. But yeah, Fronavi doesn't have the common tongue like all the other servers do.
What level are you?
Basically, because it was a role playing server when it was first launched. So that's why there's no common tongue on there. Joby1 says we should all talk in thieves chat. Thieves chant.
Thieves can't.
Oh, yeah, that would be funny. And by the way, you don't have to really sit in one place and just spam the chat. What I do is I usually have my number key, like my forward, back, left, right keys, trigger a spam button. So all I do is like while I'm running around and killing things naturally, I'm spamming language to my group, which is usually just me and the merc or whatever, and I end up maxing out every language just doing that.
And even
But
our
since
stream team.
yeah, which I do to the stream team sometimes too. So I'm trying to not do it during those teams, especially if we've got someone like Esox who doesn't have a microphone and wants to talk in group. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Teluwen's up here over in POK in my corner. That's you, isn't it? White? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, these are my three guys over here sitting on their mounts just talking in Elvish to each other. I think I'm almost 100%. I'm at 100% with the Dark Elf now. And let me check the gnome. Yeah, the gnome's at 102. So we got that done. That was easy enough.
Happy. What level are you?
What?
Am I muted? Happy.
Yeah.
What level are you?
On this tune, 52. Level locked at 52.
Level locked? How do you level lock?
Turn your AA all the way to 100%.
Ah.
Oh yeah, I've done that. Do you remember? This was just a couple of years ago. They had it to where if you tried to kill Nagafin at any level over 52, like at 53 or higher, you automatically got booted to the zone entrance.
Yep.
That's still how it is.
Um,
That's open world fighting of him.
yeah, it's not like that anymore, but it used to be.
No, it
Where
is an open world.
Even in
What?
open world, they
Yeah, in open world, you get kicked out if you're 52, or if you're above 52.
Not anymore.
not anymore.
Not on Throne of Eye. No.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Not on Throne of Eye anymore. They got rid of that. I don't know when, but
instances you can go in and kill him because I've been doing it for the past week.
yeah, no, in open world, I could take Fezzelwig, who's 97, in there, and if Nagafin's up, I can kill it.
Oh.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
changed that a couple years ago.
Probably when they added the instances, since it doesn't matter anymore because anybody can go and set up an instance.
Free to play can't spin up instances.
What?
You can't take a free to play character into an instance. Like an agent of change, you can't.
Yeah.
But you have to be gold to utilize agents to change.
Well, that doesn't matter. Well, yeah, that's most of my guys are gold.
A lot of people are free to play.
Oh.
Yep.
The only thing they can do is utilize open world.
Right. No, but I'm just saying, you know, for the most part, anybody can go in there and kill them now. So it doesn't matter because I had groups. The reason why I brought that up was I made just a group of like 3 players and with 3 mercenaries that were all just level 52, and I level locked them into 52 by putting their AA to 100%, just to go and try to kill Nagy and Vox a few times to get a couple of, you know, RBBs and some cloaks of flame and stuff like that. Because they sold well, you know, and when you don't know what else to do as far as trying to earn some plat on your server, that was one way to do it. And I think now they could still sell pretty good, just because, you know, usable at level 1, 36% haste. Even though you don't get 36% haste until you're like what, 30, 40? Because they cap it. They cap the haste.
Yeah, it sucks too.
Yeah, because if you're level 1, even if you got 36% haste, it just shows 10% haste. You don't get the benefit of it until you're like at least level probably 30. Because I could check right now. Actually, I have a haste item on my warrior here that's level 20. And at level 20, okay, at level, no. Oh, I have a haste buff. Let me click off the button. Yeah, it's 10%. So even though I have a necklace, I have one of those Yellinax talismans that gives you 41% haste on this warrior. Yeah, I only get 10% of that because I'm only level 20. So I guess it's probably level 30 or something that you need to be before you get the benefit, the full benefit.
Yeah, I think it's 30 or 40.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous. I want that necklace.
Yeah, it's a nice necklace. I've got a few of them. They just
I've
they
got
dropped.
I got a few on Verona Vi, just not here on the Drinal.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, they were dropping pretty often. That and the mask was dropping. So I had a few. Had a few nice weapons too, like uh I gave the warrior this one thing. Scepter of Destruction.
Oh yeah,
One
those are
one-handed,
nice.
yeah. One-handed blunt, 1218.
Plus
Super
those
nice.
primal weapons that we're dropping.
Yeah, I have
Those are
some of
nice
those.
too.
Yeah, so I currently on them I have like a blackened Acrylia blade, which is one of the nicer weapons that drops just from like Luceland era, and then the scepter. I don't know. I might have some primal weapons sitting around somewhere, but I don't know who has them. That's one of the things about if you end up with a bunch of alts and stuff, and
Yep.
you're like, who's got what? You know, who's got this weapon? I could sure use it right now, but
Yeah, those
I got
primal
an
weapons would be good for those
yeah.
lower level tunes. Although I don't know if you can proc them at that level.
No, you can't proc them, but still, the damage delay is amazing.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, like my Beast Lord has Valium claws that I crafted, and they have a 9 damage, 20 delay, so they're still really good compared to the crap we used to start with, you know?
Oh yeah.
So I still feel pretty good. Like I said, I gave Gen Xer some jewelry, and he goes, "This is the most twinked character that I've ever had now." I'm like, really? It's like, oh man, I didn't know. Like I could have twinked one of your other guys too if you wanted. Yeah, because he made a character to try to level them up to group with our level, like they're all 90 now, right?
Yeah.
But it's hard to, you know, you're grinding alone, trying to get up to that level, and it's not easy. So I think he's really excited that we made this level 20 group. And I wish I would have thought of this sooner. I should have done it sooner because we had people wanting to group with that group, but it's just so hard, you know, to get up there. And then you probably get discouraged playing alone all the time.
Well, I've always stated, if people need help, you know,
Right.
want some levels, want some gear, just let us know in Discord.
Right.
It's typically why I like stop playing Everquest is around level 85-ish because it's just boring.
It becomes a grind, and yeah, doing it alone does become boring. But if you can get somebody else to help you out, sit there and shoot the bull, and the grind isn't so bad.
Right.
And I always find groups of people to play with, but people drop off. So I go on an adventure and try to find my next group to play with.
Yeah.
Which is when I found you guys.
But yeah, if I have to talk to Gen Xer. If he wants that other tune up to 90, I'll help him.
Cool. Yeah, I want to help everybody also, but I'm always making videos and I'm just, you know, I'm grinding in a different way. I'm trying to grind you know, this game or this my channel to get it up to where it's gonna be having more viewers and all that, and get monetized, and because yeah, I would love to do this instead of working for Uber, driving for Lyft, whatever. So I
See,
don't really enjoy it anymore. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I've got more of a short term. I want to see that beard dyed.
Right.
So, any of you out there who haven't been over to Fuzzlewigs forums on YouTube, please join over there. Once we get 1K subscribers on or before Christmas Eve, Fez says he will dye his beard red. Or was it green?
It's red, and I actually found some dye. I have some dye right here, and it's Formula 40 Manic Panic Vampire Red. So it's gonna be like a deep red. It's not gonna be half-assed, and it's gonna last for a while because it's, you know, Manic Panic's semi-permanent. But you know, it'll grow out over time, and
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
mind because it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be a cool thing to do.
Ooh, name up.
Oh, congrats! Yeah, he drops that nice knuckles.
Yeah. Although I want the earring off of him. But yeah, he does drop those nice Monk Beast Lord knuckles. Joby One says use red enamel spray paint.
No. I'm gonna poison myself. You're crazy. That's, yeah. Nope. No. I'm just gonna do it the normal, sane way. I have way too much trade skill crap on Fez. Like, I have, let me see, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 extra planar trade satchels, okay, in there. And each of those has 32 slots, and they're all full with trade skill stuff. And some of these, they've got like one stupid thing in them, like steam font spring water. I can remove that and just get rid of it. Oh, here's another thing I can get rid of. So some of this stuff I'm going to take out right now and do something else with it. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff, trade skill stuff in my bank. And I could probably use that expansion that gives us the trade skill depot. I still don't have it.
Oh, it's been a godsend. It has cleared up a lot of my bank space. It's something I highly recommend.
It's about time they do something useful. Yeah, I've got a few things here where it's just like one worm egg or one dragon egg. I'm not going to keep that. It'd be one thing if I had a stack of it, but I'm not going to, if I just have a single one item of anything, I'm just going to get rid of it.
I then watch you later on need one, and it's like, why did I get rid of it?
Right. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm sure if it's just one, I can go and get it.
Some of those eggs are rare, though.
Yeah. Are you trying to talk me into keeping it?
Well, I'm just saying if you don't want to keep it, you can always parcel it. I'll keep it for you.
Yeah. I've got my I got a couple of mules too.
Ooh, another name.
Like I've got two two mules on a free-to-play account that I made just to carry a bunch of Fez's excess crap. I am clearing out so much room now. I mean, there's things here that I've never used and may never ever use. So those are the things that I plan on taking out and putting, just either sending to one of them mules or just selling.
Yeah, I've got one account. It's got like 7 characters on it, and it's just my banks. All my extra stuff is just in there.
I had a clump of wax in there in one of the trade skill bags. Clump of wax you could buy. It's like super cheap.
Yeah, now something like that I would sell off or something.
Right. I'm like, why do I have a clump of wax?
Joby once said, the old EQ rule, if you find one thing, keep it. If you find a second, then delete both.
That's funny.
Borham says he would love to see the masking job on that red spray paint.
Masking job? Yeah, there's not going to be red spray paint. I would use Kool-Aid before I would use spray paint, I'll tell you that. At least Kool-Aid is semi-safe.
Nice cleric and shaman. SK shoulders. Bard, maybe. What does my bard have on her?
Oh, cool.
She's already got these.
Oh, those stupid conduits. They gave me such a hard time. Those are expensive, so I guess I'm hanging on to that.
Yeah, I looked into those, and those were too expensive for me. I was like, heck with that. There's got to be a cheaper way.
Yeah, to make shields?
I wasn't actually worried about making items. I was more worried about just skilling up.
Oh, yeah. Super expensive. It's just like, why? Why am I even doing this? I burned through like a stack of 10 or 20 of them and only managed to make one. That's when I started saying, dang it, that was stupid. Now I better go train up my tinkering skill. It's like I'm a lousy gnome. I don't even have my trade skill up properly. The worst gnome ever.
Maybe that's what I should do on this server is make a gnome so I can make my rebreathers for my epic.
Those were super expensive too, I swear.
Yeah, those aren't cheap to make.
Yeah.
I remember making those on Yellowknack. Joby One says you can craft directly from drawing components from the trade skill depot. Makes crafting much easier, I would think. Yeah, you don't have to worry about carrying them around. If you just click the box that says use out of depot or whatever it is. Yeah, you don't have to worry about getting the items out of your bank and making sure they're on you. It automatically uses it right out of the depot.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah, it is a good feature of that depot. Which reminds me, I should claim my points and expand my depot a little bit more. I've been using my monthly points to expand at 20 each time until I
nice.
max it out.
I didn't even know you could expand it.
Yeah, you start off with like 250 slots, and then you can add, I think it's up to 450 or something like that.
Wow.
Total.
Well, I guess it's a way to get people to spend their points, their daybreak tokens. Yeah.
Yeah. Have a good one, Borum. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I really do like that depot. I wish they'd make the Dragon Horde a little bit bigger too.
I don't even know what the Dragon Horde is.
It's kind of it's a spare bank for your gear.
Okay.
But I think it only has like 140 some odd slots. And all it holds is gear.
Right. Weapons, armor, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with all the expanded slots and everything that we get now, it does make things a lot more manageable. I'm sure there's probably a Zen master out there that has like absolutely nothing and no need for any of this. But I'm definitely not him. You know, there's those people that looks at an item, this does not kindle joy, and they just let it go. And I'm like, I may need it. I'm a freaking Everquest hoarder.
Oh, I'm the same way. Even the old school gear, I'll just hoard it. And like, I could just turn this in for tribute. You're not going to get much in the bazaar for that cheap Lobby stuff. Since Defiant's so much better, and that's what people use to level up anyway.
Yeah.
But instead, I just let it sit and rot in the bank.
Yeah, I hate stuff that like fools you into thinking it's trade skill. Like I just sold something to a merchant called Charga spice. I'm like, it's not even trade skill. It's garbage. It's nothing, and it sold for 7 copper. Why was it taking room in my inventory?
It's not that kind of spice.
Yeah. Well, it's the spice for smoking, not for cooking. That's possible. Oh, have a good night, Borium. I don't know if you left like just now or like 10 minutes ago. I was busy looking at my stuff.
It was a little bit ago.
Oh, okay.
I wished him well.
Yeah, that's if my memory lasts about 5 seconds and then I have no idea what the hell's going on.
And here I'm the one that burned my brain cells.
Right.
Oh, it's time for me to get some more fireworks. Better check my bard, see how close she is.
My enchanter has a lot of nonsense in her bank. I'm gonna have to go through it one day. It's like I treat her like a not even a secondary character. I treat her like a tertiary character that I just don't mess with. It's got all these like old backpacks and stuff and everything, and she's only got a handful of trade skill bags because all she really deals in with me for me is gems and like enchanting metals and stuff. But she did have a spirali earring on her, and so I'm like, I'm giving this to someone, maybe the warrior, just because they could probably use the regen. I don't even know if I'm gonna end up playing them or not, but the those spirali earrings are tradable here, so why not?
Yeah. I need to get one for my warrior here.
Yeah, I tried like getting a bunch extra so I could put it at least in the shared bank of every character or every account that I had. And just even getting some for characters that didn't need them really because they were too high level to bother. Just so they could, for stuff like this where I could give it to someone later that was lower level. Like I did that with fabled J boots. I have so many pairs of fabled J boots. And basically once you're like level 60, 65, the effect is negligible. So you don't really need them anymore because you got like run speed 3, run speed 4, run speed 5.
Yeah, but it's
So
good for an instant clicky if you get dispelled.
yeah, I just uh I'd rather like the run speed is more valuable to a newbie though than to a high level character because there's other clickies that you could do. Like there's that one very easy to get mask uh in Crescent Reach that's a clicky. I mean, it's not instant like the J boots are, but it's still nice for a quick and easy free buff, which I should go get with my warrior because it does give you a really nice poison resist that buff does too. So it's kind of nice actually. So I don't know if you know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I had that mask on this character at one time, I thought. I guess I put it in the bank because I don't see it on my Vard either. Yeah, I had that mask on this tune I was going to show. It is a nice little clicky, but yeah, it's not insta clicky.
Yeah.
I'm spoiled. I got to have them insta clickies. But
I
then again,
usually
I'm used to raiding too, so I'm used to having to react to that real quick.
I don't raid a whole lot, so for me it's definitely not as important. I gotta get this character some food. I'm just like she's sitting here in Plane of Knowledge, eating all her bread cakes and stuff. So
Take some of them picnics out of the bank, please.
you know me, I always just buy like 1,000 bread and 1,000 water. But I mean, if you want, I can go grab some of them. I gotta go see if there's still any a Spirit of the Wolf potions in there and see if I need to put more in there. So I
Yeah,
think Somber still has a bunch of stacks in her bank.
I still got like over 4,000 of them picnics in my bank.
Oh wow.
Whole bunch of other food waiting to be ate.
Yeah, I'm such a cheap ass. I always get like the absolute cheapest food, absolute cheapest everything. Meanwhile, Fez is sitting on like several million plat and stuff. He just doesn't want to spend it.
Well, see, that's what happens when you have a master baker, too.
Yeah. I wanna have a character with fishing maxed out just so I can see if they get a title like master baiter or something. Because they're baiting their hooks and
I
they're
am almost for sure masturbator is not included in Everquest.
don't ruin my fun. It's an experiment that I'm gonna try.
Now, what you need to do is you need to name yourself Bader in some way, and then get the master title.
Right.
But given how freaking stingy some people are on this freaking game, that's likely to get you a repercussionary. You have to change your name.
Well, I actually have a rule. I never really if you look at every single one of my characters, it's going to be very difficult for you to find a single one that has a surname.
I don't see many of your characters. They're all below my eyesight.
Every none of them have surnames, and that goes back to like I don't know, probably Kunark era, or it's probably. I mean, Velius was probably active, but I was on Kunark when it happened. When my original Fezzelwig had a surname, and a guide showed up. Like remember they used to have guides. Like I guess they were like players with special privileges or whatever.
Yep.
And this guy, he took my name from me. And I'm like, really?
What was it?
I've never actually said it before, so I guess I will. It was Fezzelwig Potty Pants.
Potty pants?
Yeah, just Potty Pants.
Yeah, someone.
I was going to make it Happy Pants, but I didn't because I thought that might have been a little bit too excessive or too racy. So yeah, they took away Potty Pants. I'm like, really? How is that anything worth removing? Apparently,
Days, they had a very strict rule on stuff that if somebody complained, there was action taken. It was dumb.
Yeah, no, but and I get it. I mean, you don't want like someone like named Jack Pulse Smoker or something like that, or you know, knobs on whatever. Just I don't want to get hippie in trouble, but just by saying the wrong thing. But so there's a possibility. You know, there's people with much worse names, way worse. It was just Potty Pants. That was it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was silly, but apparently no.
You got your Karens out there, didn't like it.
Yeah. So I basically that's why I was like, okay, I guess I'm never making another character with a surname ever again. And I still haven't. None of my characters have surnames. They, hit level 20 and well beyond and no surname because they're gonna take it away. I felt it was pretty damn innocent, and for the fact that they deleted it, he's like, "Well, I'll replace it. What do you want your new surname to be?" I was like, "Nothing. I don't want a surname." I'll never have another surname again. Yeah, and am I dramatic and maybe you know, a little crabby about it? Yes. Do I have a right to be? Yes. So, yeah.
Some of my tunes have surnames depending on what the name is. So their surname is part of the actual name. But for the most part, yeah, I don't use surnames. And that goes back to my PvP days. The smaller the name, the harder you are to target.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you have a small name, you're harder to see in PvP. Because a lot of people, instead of looking for the actual character, they'll look for the names.
Yeah.
And if you got a big name, you're going to stand out.
Right. Like, I mean, I know it's an NPC, but freaking, I'm sure everybody remembers Oppenbevny Biddlitz or whatever the hell that gnome was in Piranhas.
Yeah.
Like, talk about a long ass name.
Yeah, they got a little wacky on some of the names in this game.
There is I'm sure you guys heard me bring it up before, but because I always do. There's that fisherman over in Freeport, Bait Masterson.
I mean, there you go. So
Right.
that's the devs at least acknowledging the joke on it.
But that's the thing too though. If a player called themselves a similar name, they'd get banned or have their name taken away.
Oh yeah.
But they do it.
Oh, well,
So they're just that just makes them hypocrites.
not really. It's their world. You're playing in it. That's what they advertised it as.
That's true.
Still.
Joby Wands.
Advertisement.
Joby Wands says, I remember an ogre named Rumblebelly Donut Slayer back in the day.
I mean, and the thing is, like, you can't report an NPC. I mean, you can try. You can put in there that, you know, this NPC's name is offensive, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure it'll end up in a pile. But, like, you report a player with a bad name, player's a top priority. Somebody could be, like, I used to have the last name for Talyuan. It used to be Talyuan Teresmi because I'm a ranger.
Mm.
And I got reported because somebody was like, "You're telling me what to do," and I'm just like, "That's the joke of my name." Like,
Oh my god.
and they had a big issue with it, and so I was asked to change my last name, which is where I came up with Crimson Crystal. But like, the player didn't last long. Like, obviously, someone with that butthurt of an attitude,
Right.
I'll persist in the game. So the GM comes, talks to me, says, "Hey, change it, please." So I changed it. Grumbled, moved on. It was dumb. Dude disappeared like 3 weeks later, and I changed my name back. And no one said a thing. You can change your name like every 2 days or something. I used to play on my warrior that I played on TLPs. I changed his name, I think, every day, depending on what weapons I was using that day.
Hmm. Yeah, it just irritated me. Like I said, you know.
Yeah, they were the guides back then were super strict. Like,
yeah, they're kind of anal.
well, yeah, I mean, but that was their job was. Their job was to take petty reports and acknowledge them. Their job wasn't to make decisions based on those petty reports. Their jobs were to fix the petty reports. And that's why the program probably ended. Because
Yeah.
people weren't being human beings about it.
Yeah, I was sad when it ended.
I was too young to join it. I wanted to. I wanted my name grammatically set up and stuff.
Actually, I was a guide for a while. And yeah, you're right. We were just given these tickets to look at, and we had to fix it somehow.
I mean, if it
It'd be
was
kind of funny if someone finds my channel one day and says, "Yeah, you know the story you keep telling about the guy that took your name?
I
That
was
was
that
me."
guy.
Yeah, I was that guy. I was
Yeah.
like,
there you
I was
go.
like, dude, that was 20 years ago. Let it die. I'm like, no.
I don't know. Your channel is set to 18 plus, right, hippie?
Yeah.
All right. Like, I remember going around in beta Final Fantasy 14, and in Final Fantasy 14, you have to have a surname. You have to have a first name and a surname, and you would get like Thunder Cunt Dumpster Baby.
Oh, you still get those in Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
I think
And,
it's a bunch of children that play it or something.
Well, just immature people being dumb. Right now, I'm dealing with, and I don't know if any of these people are whatever. My Final Fantasy 14 Discord server for the FC that I'm the leader of on 14. Right now, there's a bunch of people just kind of being a bunch of little bitches about stuff. And it's kind of driving me nuts because they're like, oh, this person said a bad thing about me. I'm like, dude, you are 35. Like, tell him to shut up or / ignore him. Like, you have options.
Right. Right. Why are you involving me?
Yeah, like, you want me to kick him? I'm sorry. He's one of my best friends in real life. I'm sorry that he said something mean to you. Tell him he's a jerk. Like,
Yeah.
and then block him. Don't play with
Right.
him anymore. It's very easy.
Right.
One of the
Right.
reasons I slowed down playing on 14 is because I found myself getting aggravated with people in our raids and stuff like that because we weren't clearing mechanics. And like, I found myself being like, these people suck. And that's not an appropriate answer. And I didn't like the fact that I had that toxic level of an answer. So I took the mature thing to do because I'm an adult and I backed out. Like, they're obviously having a good time. No one else seems to have an issue with this person. I seem to be the only one with the issue with the person. So instead of bad talking them behind their back or saying mean things to them or being frustrated with them, I just took a step back. Like, it's
Yes.
okay to do that. Like,
Sometimes you just need to take a break.
like, that's fine. And these people are just going back and forth about like blah 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 blah. This hurt my feelings. Blah blah blah. And I'm just like, don't play with them. Final Fantasy 14 has a community of like 7 million people right now. You can cross server travel. You can go cross data centers. Why do you have to be with this person who's upsetting you? Like, walk away. It's a video game.
I just. Oh,
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
get it. No, you're fine. I don't get how people my age or older just can't resolve petty squabbles like this. It drives me nuts. Like,
Yeah, that's just the way community is nowadays.
talk to the
You
person.
see that everywhere.
tell them that, you know, they did something that you didn't like, at least. And then, like, if they didn't do anything and they keep doing it, then you go, you know, go to the police over it. Did you talk to him yet? No, I refuse to talk to him. Okay, what do you want me to do about it?
Right.
Like, if you're not even going to address it initially with yourself, then do you want me to change your diaper too? Like, not. That sounds extraordinarily reductive, and I know it does, but I'm frustrated with it right now.
No, I
Um,
did get it. I get it.
and like, I understand that people can like, because of my age, I'm in that perfect middle ground of like, I get the people that have the feelings, and I understand wanting to be heard, and I understand, like, I understand it, but I also get like, oh no, you tripped. Are you bleeding? No, you're fine.
No blood, no
Sometimes,
broken bones. You're fine.
yeah.
Yeah, like,
Sometimes it's just fun to complain, man. I'm just saying.
I mean, I understand. I bitch all the time at work, so like, I get it.
Right. It's a way to vent, you know? But yeah, if somebody pisses you off or hurts your feelings, I wish a lot of people would just kind of like say, okay, they hurt your feelings, they pissed you off. Do what everybody else does. You could stand there, complain about it a little bit and then move on, you know? But they, their job isn't going anywhere. Nothing else is going to happen. It happened. It's over. Move on. It's You don't need somebody to get fired just because your feelings got hurt. It's, especially if they didn't go out of their way intentionally, Because a lot of people don't. They're human, they make mistakes, they say something stupid. Okay. If they can acknowledge it and say, okay, what I said was wrong. Like, say, a lot of YouTubers and stuff make mistakes and say stupid stuff. I'm dreading the day if it ever happens to me. My God. But if it does, I would be big enough to be like, okay, that was wrong. I'm sorry. I will do better, you know?
We can make it happen before then. Like, if you want to get that out of the way, we can get that out.
Yeah, I'd rather it not ever,
Joking.
honest.
I'm joking. Promise
Okay.
you do not sabotage your stream.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I
Back to
would
the chat.
really like to.
Joby once said you should have changed your surname to Crappy Pants or Shitty Pants.
It would
Right.
have B's instead of T's. It'd be shitty pants, not shitty pants.
But see, that's the thing. I didn't even use swear words. I said potty pants. I tried to be as innocent and funny as I possibly could,
You know
and
what?
the least offensive thing.
I enjoy it.
And
You should do it again.
but I'm never gonna do it again because of the fact that there's what if they have records of it from way back then and like we told you not to use that name again and here you are, so now you're banned for life and it's like a 25-year-old account and I'd be like, no. So I just won't bother ever. I'll just avoid the whole thing altogether. It's just easier for me.
I doubt if they have interns that will do the paperwork to find that, because that's not stored on the hard drives.
I'm about to say, the last thing they're gonna ban you for is your last name. They barely ban people who actively abuse bots in this game.
I know. But it's one of those things. It's basically like, okay, that guy that did a hit and run on me and he still hasn't even gotten so much as a speeding ticket or anything and he got away with it? If I did anything, if I so much as run a red light, I promise you and guarantee there'll be a cop standing right there to write me a ticket for over $100
every time.
every time. But Mick ass pants who just drives into me, rips my car apart, makes me unemployed for over 2 months, gets zero repercussions at all, and goes scot-free without any freaking problems. and
Yeah.
that drives me bonkers. And that's why, like, I can't and won't do anything wrong, because I know the minute I do, I'll be punished brutally. But everybody else, they could do whatever the hell they want.
Well, I will do my best then not to ever pull you into anything that you don't want to be part of.
I'd appreciate that, man. That's why I made the rule of like no political or religion conversations during live streams and stuff and whatever, and or comments. I don't want my comment section or anything to ever turn into a typical comment section. You know, I don't need it. So I just try to stay as neutral as possible, and I just want to be happy. I want to be chill and play the game.
Now, see, I'm the opposite. I'll rope him up and I'll pull him places. I try to get him out of his comfort zone.
Well, we'll do that.
Well, yeah, but that's different. That's still just playing the game. You're not trying to rope me into like political conversations that can cause problems. That's all.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
And nobody has, and I really appreciate that from everybody, you know? That's been great.
Yeah, I don't do politics and all that stuff. It gets you in too much trouble.
Yeah, it's like you can't win. You really can't.
People
Like
have
one group,
too many strong opinions.
right. You just you end up losing viewers and stuff, and you know. So I just won't bother. But anyway, I'm gonna go because it's almost 11, and I was gonna still try to edit a video real quick before bed. So you guys have a good night.
Have a good one, Fez.
Thanks.
Doctor. Have a good night, Fez.
All right.
Yeah, it's been about a 3-hour stream so far, so.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed it. I was out and about.
Oh, it's all good. You showed up.
I got some work I gotta do right now for work tomorrow, but I was thinking about just coming in and assisting you, at least showing up and bringing a merc.
Oh, I'm not on Coronavi, though.
I have caught on. It also is in your. What are you farming for?
There's actually a breastplate that I want. That's an upgrade. Drops off the trooper.
Ah,
Um, he spawns right here, and I'm right here right now.
got it. You're in Carners, right?
Vexar.
Oh. Why did I think Carners?
This is Vexar.
This is underneath the Lake of Ill-Omen.
Yep. Yeah, it's got some nice little armor in here. And the guild that I'm in over here, I'm doing a non-defiant run with them. So it's basically here I am trying to be a tank for them, so I've got to find some real good gear. I was going to do the plate cycle in Kale, but I don't want to farm up them gems twice, because when we increase the level, I'll head over to TOV and farm halls of testing for that armor.
Lately, I've been taking my 63 Ranger and my 3 other tunes with mercs and going through and clearing Everquest legacy raids. I went and killed Kazakh Thule not last night, the night before, I think. I've done Nagy, Vox. I need to go back through and kill Interruck and the Maestro. But clearing that zone is a nightmare. Just so many mobs.
Well, if you're just targeting those few mobs, you don't need to clear the whole zone.
No, and you don't need to clear the whole zone, but you got to clear your way to those mobs. There's like 100 mobs from where you land in Plane of Hate and Interruck. And then they pull other ones, and you have the roamers, and then you kind of want to get all the hunters achievement, so you want to go around and kill all the named that are up.
I really haven't had a problem up in Hate. How you doing, Corbin? Thanks for joining us.
Oh my gosh.
In this guild, right now the level cap is 52. And we still have a bunch of people leveling up. As you can see, we still got some in the 20s and 30s. Yeah, the guild is still pretty new. I think it's been 2 weeks. Yeah, I think this is the second week since they started the guild. So yeah, it's still new. People are still trying to figure out which class they want to play. We haven't started any raids yet.
So I bring my other tunes and go through them somewhere.
But I kind of figured I'd show these tunes a little bit tonight instead of doing my normal Necro crew on Wednesdays.
That's cool. Still have to make my level 20 character.
Oh, I used to love the old style progression guilds that we used to have. And a lot of them back in the old days actually put restrictions on the armor that you can wear. If you start in Classic, you can only wear Classic armor. Once you went to Kunark, then you can get into the Kunark armor. This guild isn't like that. Some members are using Defiant. I know all the warriors, we all decided to go old school. So we're actually out farming different armors. But yeah, these old style progression guilds were fun back in the day. I was actually a leader of one until Ragefire TOP. Yeah, that was one of the things that was bad about some of the prog guilds is they didn't last long. You get a lot of them that will stay, through Velius into Luckland and maybe into Pop, and they're all gone. Joby once says, if GPS can go defiant, then expect aggro to be ripped off of you. I'm expecting that. That's why I already got my Bach. I already got me a Blade of Carnage, and I'm going to stick me a aggro og on that baby. I'm looking into that aggro og out of the Butcher Block Eldons. If I remember right, that gives like 800 hate.
So you're allowed to use whatever you want to level up?
To level up, yeah, you can use whatever you want to level up. It's just that when we're raiding and stuff, some can use the Defiant, or some will use the Defiant, some won't. Now, personally, I'm not using any Defiant at all.
So the other thing that I have to ask, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to kick you. The other thing I have to ask is, do these guilds take into account the changes that have been implemented to all the older raids? Like, I think live or open server raids still, do they produce mitigation of the mighty?
Not on live server, no.
Not on live? All right.
Nope.
And then what about addressing the stat weighting changes that's happened over all the years? Like, that's got to make the content different.
Well, even using the old school armor, a lot of your earlier raids are trivial.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming. Is that like Nagafen nowadays is like you could be in like, I mean, just because of the fact of how they have changed the stat weights and how they affect your character over 25 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like weapon damage, I mean, weapon damage in general, melee weapon damage has been increased significantly over the past 3 years.
Oh, yeah. Uh, those raids are basically trivial. Yeah, they are. They do still have that element of, yeah, we can mess up and wipe, but for the most part, they are trivial. Um, the last progression guild I was in, we took 12 people at level 51 to go kill Nagy and Vox and did it. Where it used to take, 30 to 40, 50 people to go kill him, we did it with 12. And we probably could have gotten away with less. It's not really until you get into the Kunark and Velius raids is when it really starts to rebalance itself out with all the different AoE mechanics that they have. Now, a few years back, I was hanging out with some friends, and we made a guild. In fact, some of my tunes are still on it over on Bricked. That's now merged into Verona Vi. But we were doing our own, progression through the expansions. And there was just 8 of us, or 8 tunes, I should say. We were all boxing. But we also cheated a little bit and was hitting pop at 70 instead of 65. Because at 65, we were getting our butts chewed. But at 70, we can actually go forward.
I guess the other thing is, how long are you holding AAs out for? Like, as you're obviously getting AAs while you're, and if you auto granted, then you have the first set of AAs at least from Shadows of Lucklin.
Oh, yeah. I'm maxed out on AA spendage right now. Even though I'm still gaining AAs, once I get to 100, I don't know if you can see it on my screen. Griff of Fireworks, you can buy at 25, and you can also buy at 100.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a way to spend those AAs so you don't go back to regular XP.
Right. Well, I mean, think of like, so you have the initial combat innates and combat abilities and stuff. Because you have auto grant on.
Right. Yeah, I've got all my 51 AAs.
I didn't know if that was allowed or not.
Oh, yeah, you can auto grant. It doesn't matter how you get your AAs. Yeah, they were talking about actually starting to do some epics and some raiding last weekend. So that's why I went ahead and auto granted when I did. That way I can, actually be the best I could be at that time.
Right.
But everybody was still too low, so they decided to wait. So now I'm just buying fireworks when I get too much. Yeah, I think I'm going to check track one more time, and if he's not up, I'm going to probably call it a night. I'm starting to get a little tired.
GMT -4. I got some work I gotta do, and then I'm going to bed.
Okie doke. Well, thanks for stopping by and dropping Discord.
Oh yeah, I thought. I mean, I'll be here till you're done.
I appreciate it. Makes things a little easier when you got somebody to talk to instead of just talking to yourself. And then we got Joby One and Corbin, and Sea Rival was in there for a while, and Burham. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. But I didn't see anything on track. So we'll probably take care of this guy, and find me a place to park down here. Ooh, almost ran into that hand.
I'm trying to think. I was just down there the other day, I think with someone else. I don't remember who it was. One of the people we play with.
Down here in Vexar.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this zone. I remember when I was playing my Enchanter, I used to come down here. This is my home away from home.
I never did much in Vexar. It's definitely not my where I've been.
It's a really nice zone. You can actually come in right around 35 or 40 and start at the front and work your way all the way to the back, and it will get you all the way up to 60 plus.
Yeah, they got some. They have like juggernaut golems in the back, don't they?
Yeah, it's in the courtyard. Ooh, Band of Twilight. Wouldn't be a bad Shadow Knight or Necro. And seeing I don't have any rings yet, be one for me.
I mean, 5 staminas. A nice ring. Got good AC and good HP.
That's better than what I had.
Yeah.
But thank you everybody for. You didn't even know Vexar existed until I watched Hippie streaming. Oh, Joby One, I must take you down here and give you a tour. Let me know. But I want to thank everybody for stopping by and viewing, and for everybody that joined in Discord. I'm going to call it an evening. If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up in Discord. And again, I want to remind everybody, Friday night, we are starting the level 20 group. And then Saturday night is the normal higher level stream group that we have over on Fezzelwig's forums. You can find us over on YouTube, and we usually start about 6 o'clock Eastern. And that should be all. You got anything to say? Wait. I guess not.
All right. Have a good night, Joey Wan, and have a good night, Hippie. See you Friday, if not before.
All righty. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one.